I think this age it is harder than ever to be mindful about your phone usage because we've got so many apps, so many dopamine sources that control our lives basically. So my goal number one is to be mindful about my phone. This is why I organized it the way that would be the most efficient for me and would make my life simpler. But before we get into the content of my phone, I want to show you what phone do I have and why. For now, I use the iPhone 10 or X. I don't really know how to pronounce that. My next phone will totally be Android. I chose this phone because it had a better camera and a better connection with Instagram interface, and it didn't spoil any photos when I posted them on Instagram. So I decided that this was a priority for me at that time. It is an okay phone. I don't want to moan about it. But I specifically love Google Pixel. I've had two phones of this brand because its user-friendliness just surprises me every time. But actually there's one thing that's super annoying about Android. Have you seen those emojis? They are killing me. Google, can you please take a workshop from iPhone? Even if I already decided what my next phone will be, I don't buy new phones unless my previous ones are broken or they can't serve me in something absolutely necessary. Buying new and upgrading technology is one of the biggest money suckers, so I personally don't find that it's worth it. Okay, now let's see what's inside. Okay, my home screen is super empty all the time. I really like it that way. I believe that everything that you see around you is evoking a certain action from you or your attention, or is just pulling your energy. So I try to make sure that I have only essential things at my side. So on the first screen, I only have the weather app. It is super important for me because if not this app, I would probably be wrong all the time with my clothes getting outside. On the left from the home screen, I have the time tracker that tells me how much time I spent in the phone. This is helpful if you want to get set really quickly. And I have the calendar here that shows me any upcoming events or the tasks, but I don't use that often, to be honest. As I don't have any folders and any certain customized organization in my apps, what do I have instead? Well, I just used the default setup that iPhone made for me, and it never let me down actually. I really like the default setup more. If I need a certain app, I see it quite well on this screen, or I simply search for it. It also helps to be mindful, because I don't just mindlessly find an app and just click on it. I have to understand what I need to do right now and what app I'm going to use right now in order to find it. So what apps I use? Recently I sealed my phone in a box to fight the phone addiction. After the week, I deleted a few apps. I will link the video in the description if you are interested. But let's see what I have now. We will skip 2 folders of suggestions and recently added. Let's go to other folders like social. Actually, I use only 2 apps here on a regular basis, Telegram and Instagram. Well, I like posting on Instagram, and if you're interested in getting closer with me, check it out and maybe subscribe. I also use Telegram as my messenger of choice. I've used all of them. One feature that I adore in Telegram is that I can easily transfer any files from computer to my phone and vice versa through your personal chat with yourself. So if I don't use the rest of the apps, why do I keep them? Well, I decided that if they don't bother me and they don't disrupt my biggest goal to be mindful about my time spent on phone, then I can leave those. I still use several times a year WhatsApp because my granny calls in WhatsApp. Viber, businesses use it to communicate with customers. Well, my phone app and my messages app, that's clear. Linktree is something, again, I use once a year, but why delete it if I use it regularly? I don't know. Folder, other. Here I have Coursera, which is a great project to learn a lot of things for free. I currently have a course here in psychology that I'm passing right now. Duolingo. I'm now learning German. Freund. And it's just a nice way to start your day. Oh no, I'm in the demotion zone. What a shame. As a person who learned several languages, I've got a Reverso Context, which is a great translator that helps me to be able to easily translate words, not like Google Translator does that. Also, I have a weather app here. YouTube is clear, YouTube Music. Actually, I listen mostly to alternative rock, maybe to some Russian pop of 2000s. Honestly, what I like doing is clicking on a song that I would like to hear right now and simply set it to the radio so that after the song that I just clicked on, there will be other songs similar to that one that I will most likely like. And the last app here is Kyiv Цифровой, which is a very convenient app here that I use to buy public transport tickets. You can choose how many tickets you want to buy, how you want to pay for them, and this is all without just being bothered with, I don't know, ticket machines or anything. Super convenient. The next folder is Productivity and Finance. The first here is PDF Reader for fillable PDFs that I make or that I download from somewhere. Here I have my sleep tracker that I shared on Patreon, so if you're interested, you can check it out. Then I use Docs for docs, surprise! I use Drive for storing files, as most of us do. Files is for storing files, but the ones that I'm not afraid to lose because I don't pay for iCloud. I think it's total waste of money for me. In case I don't know what the date is today, I open Google Calendar and just find out the date. That's it. Google Keep is something that I use for my notes if I have an idea or just anything that I would like to take notes of. Although right now I'm trying to switch to Notion or just explore the ways I can use it. But more on that later. This is the app for my bank, super convenient. A while ago they launched this wonderful feature that I adore. I stopped looking for the perfect way to track my expenses when I got this feature. So I track my expenses here because right when I buy something with Apple Pay, I have this record in my banking app. I see all the purchases I made and all the shops I went to. So at the end of the month, I simply summarize it all and write down in a journal to see this all in one space. For me, journaling is the most convenient thing for summarizing it. This is my app for paying for the phone connection. Here I can also switch different tariffs and see if I exceeded any limits. Notion. I'm slowly trying to organize my life there, mostly on computer. I use it on my phone too to have an easy access to my to-do list. OneDrive. Actually, I store here photos from my past. Google Sheets are for opening and reading sheets. Wow! TraderNet is actually the app that I used for investing. I invested in a few index funds before they forbade to do this in Ukraine. Upwork. Currently, I'm looking for a side job in marketing, content management, or video editing, so if you've got any offers, just leave me please a message in the email if you'd like. VPN, because the censorship is the pain in the ass. Wallet. Thank you, Lord, for making people to invent Apple and Google Pay. It is super convenient. Thanks to it, I don't actually have a wallet anymore. Instead of that, I have only my transport card and my debit card with me. Whitebit, it's actually for crypto, but don't worry, I don't invest in crypto. I just know ways how to exchange money with a better rate. Okay, the next step is for the local post service, Nova Poshta. It is super convenient for tracking or paying for deliveries. So we are done with the folder Finances and Productivity and we are moving to the folder Utilities. Okay, App Store for new apps. Calculator, thanks to which I've almost forgotten the multiplication table. Clock. I don't use alarm clocks anymore. If you're interested how I got rid of my alarm clock, listen to some tips of this video that I will link in the description. Google or Safari? Well, it depends what to use, so I have both. Settings for settings. Voice recorder. Staying alive! Oops, I'm sorry. I should totally use it more often, because I still only talk to myself in the shower, reflecting on different things and concepts. Yeah, this is an app that literally translates as action. Super convenient. You can store here any documents that you have, of course if you are Ukrainian, and you can show it to like anybody who requires your documents, and you don't have to carry your passports with it to be identified. Okay, moving on to the next folder, which is Creativity. I have an app for subtitles because they still didn't add this function to Ukrainian users in Instagram. So I have to add subtitles manually. Camera to take pictures and videos. Camera Connect is an app that connects to my camera and I use it for focusing my camera because it's with the manual focus. Canva is my favorite tool for creating graphic design. I've got many projects already. Freeform. Honestly, I haven't used it yet because I recently upgraded my iOS though I don't really know what it does. Because I love Google products so much, I couldn't switch to the Photos app when I bought this phone, so I have both. I have a Photos app and I have Google Photos. And I like Google Photos more, at least because it gives 15 gigabytes of storage for free versus 5 gigabytes of storage from iCloud. VN is my best app for editing short-form videos. Well, my best means that I use it currently. I don't know, maybe there are better out there. Okay, finishing with this folder and moving on to the next folder, which is shopping and food. OLX is one of the apps that I use to sell my stuff that I declutter or to buy stuff that is secondhand, but I can still use it. The same as Shafa is the same type of thing, but mostly for clothes. Розетка is literally a socket. It's a marketplace like local Amazon. I don't use it much for buying, mostly for comparing prices and looking for products that I later search in secondhand version. Travel. I'm not traveling currently, but when I do, I use Booking.com for accommodation and just some apps for internet in country I go to. It doesn't really matter which one, I think all of them are fine. Google Maps is honestly my dearest friend because European streets are a mess. Yeah, without Google Maps, I can't go anywhere. Literally anywhere. Like anywhere. EasyWay is the app for local public transport. To know when each transport comes and goes. Super convenient, not to miss the trolley bus, for example. Tell me please if there are any apps that you really love and would like to recommend to me and to everybody in the comments, and leave them in the comments down below. If you like this video, please hit the like button. By the way, if you didn't watch my last video about why I started to use makeup again, then go ahead and check it out. It will be right here on the screen. Have a good day. Bye.